Hello, everyone, and welcome to part three of my home buyer series on how to buy a house. So, in step one, we got you a realtor. Step two, we got you a lender, and we got you pre approved, pre qualified. It's about the same thing. So, now what? Well, now we're ready to start buying a house, right? So, we need to find a house that you want to buy. There's a lot of ways to do this. Your realtor can pull up the houses on the MLS and do the custom searches. Sometimes we're better than the buyers are. Um, and we will get you, typically, a good realtor will get you local listings as they come up and keep an eye out for things you're looking for. But if we're being honest, the best way to find a house is to get on Zillow and get on realtor.com and look around, see what you can find. Because even though you might have told us exactly what you want, it's amazing how that gets lost in translation, or how my clients will sometimes find a house that I completely miss. Back in the day, if we went back before Zillow, let's say pre Zillow, some before computers especially, but even pre Zillow, realtors' whole job was that they knew where the houses were. And you'll come across a lot of older realtors these days that go, man, clients can find houses on their own now. What's the point of even doing this job? There's a lot, and that's why we're going to have this series to get into all the other steps. But in my mind, in modern day, finding the houses is probably the least important thing that a realtor does now. It's important because we have to find the house, but it's something that you can do mostly on your own. So it's going to be really important to look for things like room count and the right area that you want. Um, Make sure the schools nearby are great. Make sure that the bathroom count is right. Make sure that it's big enough. Looking for yards, making sure wells and septic or city water and sewage and everything else is all up to par. Look at the pictures, see which ones resonate really well with you. And when you find houses that you like, remember, you picked your realtor, right? Never call on the signs. Never call on a sign. Never call on Zillow. Never do anything like that. Whenever you find a property that you like, take it straight to your realtor. As long as it's in the MLS, your realtor can show you everything about the house and find out all the information that's available just as easily as the agent on the signs or on the phone. Now, why do I say that? Why not call those people? Well, when you call Zillow or you call realtor.com, those are going to be ads paid by realtors. So, for example, I even put ads on realtor.com and Zillow. That might be how you found me, right? So, if we're being honest, when you call that number and you ask me about that house, I've never been there, never once. I mean, maybe I have, showing it to someone else, but I'd be showing it from the buyer side. I'm not necessarily the listing agent. So you don't really get an advantage to calling Realtor or Zillow over calling your agent necessarily. And all you're going to do is make your agent really grumpy because you're using someone else. Now, when you call the sign, which I know is tempting, what happens then? Well, then you are probably calling the listing agent. But who is the listing agent loyal to? What is the listing agent's job? Their job is to sell the house and make the home seller as much money as possible. Their job is not to represent you unless you go all the way through the transaction with them, in which case you get into what's called a dual agency, and it becomes their job to not represent anyone. It becomes their job to just be a middleman in the transaction, which is not what you want. So as you're going through this and finding houses, let your realtor know the one that you picked and show them, hey, I like this house. And as you're going through stuff, remember to work with your realtor. Say, I liked this house because it was the right size. I didn't like this part of town. I liked that it had well and septic, so we don't have to worry about paying for that. But I didn't like all the highway noise, right? Tell them what you like and what you don't like. Your realtor is there to help you and find the house that you like. Remember, they're paid commission on closing. So they want to help you close. They want to help you find the right house. And a good realtor is not going to be a pushy salesman. They're going to be there to help guide you and help you find what you're looking for. Because even with my clients, sometimes we'll find a house that is perfect, but man, the paint's not right. And some clients want to walk out the door. And it's the realtor's job to sometimes say, hold on, this we can change the paint, right? When you're buying a house, the general rule is that you want 80% of things that you like, 10% of things that you really like, and 10% of things that you maybe you're not a fan of. And if you can hit that amount of things you're maybe not a fan of that you can change, it's probably a good house. Especially in this market where they're selling so fast, finding the perfect house is hard. So for now, that's probably the most exciting and challenging and most misunderstood step too of buying a house, right? Is going to be finding the right house and figuring out, my realtor didn't necessarily show me the house I like and who to call. So your takeaway from this one in finding a house is look on your own. Have your realtor look too, but look on your own, see what you can find. And no matter what you find, always talk to your realtor every time. This is Brian Castro with Call Castro and eXp Realty. If there's anything I can do for you, give me a call. Have a good one.